You've been British. You know well the vampire tradition of Christopher Lee, of Peter Cushing, all the Hammer movies.
Mhm.
Was was there, or even David Bowie, was there a past vampire that you looked up to your character?
Um, I mean, I remember when I was doing the first one, the one movie I was really looking at was Nosferatu,
Hmm.
because I wanted to get because the book was written to make Edward seem so attractive. Basically,
Hmm.
I wanted to find like what's the worst way you can possibly play a vampire.
Uh-huh.
And God, I've forgotten what his name is. There was the actor who played it, Klaus Kinski.
Oh, Klaus Kinski.
Yeah, and I think he did something kind of. There was something so alien about his performance. I mean, I really liked it.
For my generation, he was known as Nastasy Kinski's father. You now that I know you've answered similar questions before, but now that the saga is about to end, do you feel more like, well, now I can go on with my life and do normal movies, not a mega phenomenon like this, or more like, God, I'll miss being part of something so big?
Yeah, I mean, there's bits and pieces. I mean, you kind of. It's definitely a job when something gets really this big, because it feels like half of your involvement with the series is promoting it and kind of doing that aspect of it rather than just making the movie. And also, it's weird as well when they seem like they exist independently to you. I mean, it's not like I'm saying like, this is my movie, go and watch it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of it's in a lot of ways owned by the fans of it, and there's a separation between it. Whereas if you do a little movie which no one's going to see unless you really sell it,
Hmm.
it's a different energy.
Hmm. Do you think you guys have wrapped in almost 2 years now? Do you think, and you're still promoting it, the movie hasn't come out yet, do you think in a way the saga won't go away?
I don't know. I'm curious to see. I mean, I remember when I was doing the second one, I was thinking it's going to be 10 years before it kind of settles, and I think it's 4 years into that 10 years now. But I mean, you can look at big things that have happened in the past, like Titanic. I mean,
Yeah.
like DiCaprio's done so many movies, huge movies.
It was not a franchise though.
Yeah, that was just one. Yeah, I mean,
Was it put down?
yeah, and when was how long ago was that? That was like 14, 15 years ago.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
And like, it's still like I've seen him do interviews now. Every interview, still doing there's something mentioning Titanic. But yeah, it's interesting. It's crazy when something really connects to a lot of people at the same time. I mean, people don't forget.
Where do you see your career going now? More in the way of Cosmopolis, Cronenberg, or more in the way of Twilight, mega things?
I mean, it depends. I mean, it's quite difficult for me to find a big like well, it's difficult for anybody to find a movie the size of Twilight. And lots of big movies don't really appeal to me. I mean, because I didn't always want to be an actor, so I don't want to act in anything. I mean, I want to be in the movies that I would buy before I started acting. So it's generally there's about 30 directors who I want to work with, and I don't know, and then I want to kind of do things which are dangerous and cutting edge.
One last question about football.
Mhm.
I take you're an Arsenal fan.
I used to be more of one.
The Brazilian team, very popular one, that had never made it.
Uh-huh.
It's called Corinthians, an English
Yeah,
name.
yeah, yeah.
And they'll play Chelsea, which is a rival of Arsenal. If you
Yeah.
watch the game, who will you root for?
Oh, Corinthians, definitely. Jesus, I'm an Arsenal fan.